How y'all doing? It's Judge Lynn, sitting in front of my tacky wall with my tacky hair and my two dogs. Now, at the end of this video, I am going to go back to my voiceless command efforts and show you what we did, what we figured out from yesterday. Hopefully, they remain. I don't know what they doing. Look at that. But anyway, they're on a new, we're trying to be stricter. Now, you know what the funny thing is? They'll do it better for my son than me because they know. See, because I'm the one that cuddles and muddles, and I'm not strict. You know, he doesn't allow them to, get close to him and demand attention. I do because I love that. So, they're just like kids. If you don't discipline them, you get that nonsense I did the other day. But we're working on it, and I'll show you at the end of this if I should remember. It was funny. I'm at that age where, you know how when you work out or hadn't worked out in a while, you work out and then the muscles ache in the morning, so it was upper body day because all of this hurts. I am at the age where I can wake up in the morning and my body will tell me which position I sat in too long the day before. Whether my lower back hurts, whether my knees hurt, whether my piriformis muscles hurt. I really tore those suckers up because I used to type like this. I don't know if you can really see, but I used to type like this when I'm working on something. And it stretches out this muscle right here, and after a while, it gets weird, and you have to tighten it up. I had to go to a physical therapy for that. You believe that? It's from sitting wrong. So now I just have to keep moving. I got a couple questions I want to answer. I'm really excited. Well, at least they're enjoying themselves and not bothering me. So anyway, I had a couple of questions that I wanted to answer for some folks. This is my book, not my mother's rules. I don't even know which book this is, Dear Sonata. Because I finally brought the book because I had an answer that's in there. Are you with me? I don't know if I'm with me. This person has a 15, 16, and 17-year-old daughter, and she's a little worried about the 16-year-old was an introvert. She's in her junior year and doesn't like to work with people because she doesn't like small talk or hugs, really, though she is empathetic and thoughtful. How can I encourage her to study a field that will give her purpose, joy, and economic stability? Now, first things first. She's got to figure out what she enjoys, what she's good at. And you start working in that direction of what she enjoys and what she's good at. And listen, I believe it's beautiful, just beautiful, when your economic stability, joy, and purpose can be fulfilled by a gig. And everybody says that because it's true. I say that. But it is also not always easy to do. Joy, I would show you, but I think it's super weird. You gotta support yourself. It is difficult to get all of those things together in one package. It's wonderful I've done it. I did it for 14 years on divorce court. My joy, my purpose, and it all was all in one place, and I got paid for it. And that lasted 14 years in the marriage boot camp, and all of that allowed me to do that. But before that, none of those things happen. I wanted to be a doctor. I don't know if I wanted to be a doctor. Now, that's another interesting thing about your children. My parents, I don't know what's happening over there. My parents used to tell my sister and I, you're going to be doctors, you're going to be doctors, you're going to be doctors. And they started that before we even knew what a doctor was. They were very pushy about it, you know. You can decide what kind of doctor you want to be, but you will be a doctor. And then there was the horrendous event that Lenny's not going to do it. Lenny's going to be a lawyer because Lenny couldn't find anything else to do. My joy, my purpose, and my economic stability were not all together. I hated being a lawyer for 10 years. Just hated it. And then I became a judge. And then my joy and my job and my passion, they kind of coalesced. And then they accidentally got more wonderful. And yes, I clean with Clorox. So, and this is my cleaning thing. So, yes, it is bleached, but it's clean. All I'm saying to you is make sure, I don't know where the economy is going. I don't know where Judge is going. I don't know where Judge is going. I don't know where anything is going in the country. I don't think any of us do. And with the creation of AI, you have to be nimble. And the most important, I think, question you have to ask yourself now is, what's going to be a feasible job? I mean, you need to read and look into about what the future is going to look like and be prepared to have a skill that can be used in the future. I mean, liveries, people who did, raised horses and kept horses were impossible to do without for generations until the car came along, and then they all became obsolete. Now, you can't guess where everything's going, but you should be nimble. You should be able to, because I think that's what it's going to be now. You're going to be able to move and shift with shifting technology and what people need and what people want. So what I would do is figure out what she likes, figure out what she enjoys, and work towards that. But also understand that sometimes you can't get all of those things in one umbrella, and you can get your big picture better. I mean, you can find joy and passion and purpose in one place and economic stability in another. They won't always coalesce, and if you can't, don't force it if you can't, because economic stability, that's what a job is for, and sometimes it's beautiful when it all comes together. I got that, and you can work towards that, but be nimble and be knowledgeable, and encourage her to look large and wide so you have a lot of options and opportunities and all of that. Now, I can't say what my parents did was right or wrong. It's what they did. My sister became a doctor, I became a lawyer, and then this happened. So who knows? But that's what I would do. I would look for large. Make sure she finds what she understands and enjoys, and make sure she's reading and going. And if she's shy and introverted, don't worry too much about it. I'm shy and introverted. I did all right. There are places for shy people in this world. She'll be okay. But nimble and knowledgeable about where things are going. And then joy and passion, if you can put that in there with it. Or if not, have a secondary place for your joy and your passion. It's like when I was a lawyer, there was no joy or passion in that. But I continued to build dollhouses. My joys and passions were elsewhere, if you can't fit them all in one room. Not saying you can't get it done. I'm just saying you always have options. I left. I came back. I was going to put on my hat because my hair is distressing me. But I was like, nah, you've gone this far, looking that bad. So you can continue. AJD. Andrea, hi. How you doing? Don't panic. I'm sorry that you are lonely and you've made a lot of decisions in your life that you feel like you're regretting a lot of decisions that you made because you did a lot of things that you didn't want to do, and now you're in a place you don't want to be, and you're a little bit just you're thunderstruck by the nature of the stuck that you are. And all I want to say to you is this. Number one, the diagnosis that you got, go back to that person who gave you that diagnosis and ask them, how do I deal with this diagnosis best? If you're not afraid of medication, which I'm not, let him do that, But clinical depression is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, that's number one, because I've been there, done that. And number two, I know you feel like everything around you is not what you want. And what I'm going to tell you to do is extraordinarily difficult to do if you are depressed, which is find someone dumb thing. And someone dumb thing can be anything. It can be, I've done 1,000,001 dumb things when my life wasn't cool. I've written them down. And of course, this is not, wait a minute here, that one dumb thing. I built doll houses, painting, tennis lessons, piano lessons, French lessons, Russian lessons, ice skating lessons, jazz and ballet dancing, taekwondo, and that's not to mention the jiu-jitsu with the Pilates and all this. I always there was a rough period in '08 for a lot of reasons, the money, everything. And my thing was, as long as I could get outside and play tennis, and I mean, whoop! My tennis teacher, don't chase that ball. I couldn't. I was like a golden retriever, giving it 1,000% because I had to beat something. And it was that one dumb thing that allowed me to sit in the soup of that, which was poisoning me, long enough to figure out how to get out. And I don't know what it'll be for you. It might be a group thing. It might be some dumb, they have these wine and paint groups. Well, although never pour liquor on depression. So I did not say that. Just take that away. But they have groups that paint and anything you can do, that one dumb thing to look forward to at some point while you dig yourself out of this hole. And then go back to the cat that diagnosed you and ask for assistance in rescuing you. Because I ain't qualified. I can tell you, I've been there, and I tell you what to do to get out of there. I would, I know I'm there. First thing you do in the morning, treadmill and music. This is what I did. And then I had a one dumb thing. I didn't have to do treadmill music when I had tennis because I just would do tennis every morning. Be 102 degrees out. What? And then my tennis teacher became my girlfriend, and then we started talking about our problems in between points. So we'd be out there 3 hours in 100-degree heat, just whop. And it made everything else tolerable. See what I'm saying? So that's what I got for you today. Now, if you do have a question for me, you go down there, and it's called, it's on Linktree, you click it, and then it'll say Ask Judge Lynn, and it'll send you, it'll email me. And if you want to buy any of my books, they're down there too. I never say that, and I never say subscribe, but subscribe. My son kept saying it. Why don't you ever say subscribe? I never think about it. But I thought about it, so I said it. There you go. And I had a whole MMA fight at the entire thing back there. They're just having fun. They're just having a good time. But, no barking, no hair went up. Everybody's tail is wagging. But now I'm going to show you what I accomplished in the dog training arena today. And I want you to have a wonderful day. Subscribe and hit that notification button. See, there's every once in a while I listen. Zora? Platz! 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 Close.